Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is George Sanders. This is my second YouTube video, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. My main goal is to get 1,000 subscribers. So, let's get started. So, I told you guys today I'll be doing a video about the PG era versus the Attitude era. Well, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do why the Attitude era is better than the PG era. Now, when you first look at the Attitude Era and you first look at the PG Era, you randomly turn on the Attitude Era. And what jumps out you from the start is the fans. Because the fans are so into everything the superstars did back in the Attitude Era. You look at some of the mid-carders, and they were into the mid-card matches. I mean, they were into everything those superstars did back in the Attitude Era. And now they're not even into half of the main events these days. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, there's certain crowds you get that are into all the matches, and then that's just stupid. I mean, you get certain crowds like Chicago, New York, Minnesota, Philadelphia. I mean, there's only a few select crowds that are into the matches these days, and it's just pathetic, very very pathetic, and just stupid. Another thing that pops up, I think, in my opinion, is the commentating. Now, I'm not saying Michael Cole is bad. Okay, he's horrible. I like JBL as a commentator. And Brian Saxton, I don't even know what the hell his name is. He sucks. He bores me to death. He makes me want to go to sleep. He makes me want to take a nap during the whole Raw because his commentating is horrible. Very, very horrible. I hate it. Just don't like it when he's talking. He just makes me want to just go to sleep because he's useless. Bring back Booker T after Tough Enough is done, please. Because I actually like Booker T on the commentary table. He was good, but this dude Brian Saxton, whatever the hell his name is, makes you want to go to sleep. Now, back in the Attitude Era, I actually like Michael Cole. He wasn't that bad of a commentator, but I think the two commentators that we all loved was Jerry Lawler and not Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler and JR. Those were, when that pair would probably is the greatest pair of commentators ever. Ever. I mean, yeah, ever. Just great stuff, man. I love JR back in the Attitude Era. By God, King, by God, like I just loved him. JR. King complimented his style very well. King was just a great heel commentator. I mean, JR, his legendary commentating at King of the Ring '98, just great stuff. He was just great. He made every moment feel special. Every main event and every return, he made it feel special. Like it was the greatest return of all time. He made it feel like it was the greatest return of all time. It was the greatest match of all time. He just made it feel that much special. So, and we don't get commentating like that these days. So, big ups to JR, Jerry Lawler, and now Jerry Lawler. I mean, he's not that good anymore. But I think it's what WWE is writing. I don't know. But he's not like he's used to. I mean, he's not the way he used to be when he was talking about puppies and making fun of all the faces except for The Rock. I mean, he was just great, man. I mean, they complimented their styles very well, and you know, there's nothing more to say about the commentating. But wow, another thing, why the Attitude Era is better than the PG era. Wow, you want to talk about the mid carders and the mid card level. The mid carders are better than half of the main eventers these days. I mean, in the mid card level, you had for a time being in '98, the mid carders you had The Rock, Triple H, Jeff Jarrett. Who else did you have in the mid card level back in '98? You had the members of the Nation, and you had the members of DX feuding. That was pretty good. You had X-Pac, and you had Jeff Jarrett going at it during the summer, leading up to SummerSlam. You had the New Age Outlaws versus Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack. That was some good stuff back at the mid card level. I mean, the mid carders were great, great. Now the mid carders are boring, and it's taking John Cena, a guy who I really don't like. It's taking John Cena to try to build up the mid card again. It is just, oh my god. Okay, it fell down. Okay. I shouldn't be shaking my table like I'm doing. Let me scoot my chair over a little bit. Just great stuff, man. Where was I? Oh, John Cena building up the mid card level again. Just pretty stupid. Just stupid. Don't like it. Don't like the idea of it. Just John Cena building up the mid card is doing it a favor, building up the United States title. But again, you wouldn't have John Cena in the mid card unless you were trying to get something out of it. And I think they're trying to get the mid card back to where it was again. But all of this could have been avoided if you were just doing it right the first time. Like really, just really bad stuff, man. And yeah, another thing that makes the PG era not better than the Attitude Era, and that is the title values. The title values back in the day were prestigious. All the titles were prestigious. The Intercontinental, the European. The European title, I believe, was defended in a pay-per-view called One Night Only between the British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. I believe that was the main event. A mid-card title main evented a pay-per-view. The European title was probably not that important. Shawn Michaels versus the British Bulldog for the European title. That's all I need to say about that mid-card title. What else did? The Intercontinental title. Oh my gosh. So many great matches in the Attitude Era. You had Triple H versus The Rock in the ladder match. You had a bunch of matches between Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. You had Kurt Angle defending the European and Intercontinental title in a great triple threat match between himself, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit. You had so many great matches with the Intercontinental and the European. And even the Hardcore title. The Hardcore title, it wasn't that... It was entertaining, okay? The 24/7 rule was just entertaining stuff, man. Because you never know what was going to happen. You never knew who was going to get the Hardcore title. I mean, you had Crash Holly. I mean, Crash Holly was pretty entertaining as Hardcore champion. I mean, because he was probably the greatest Hardcore champion of all time, in my opinion. Just great stuff, man. I mean, I remember he was attacked by popcorn vendors, ninjas, divas. I mean, he was attacked by referees. He was attacked at the airport. He was attacked at a little thing. I think it was at wasn't that McDonald's? I don't know. But he was attacked somewhere in a little playpen thing. I mean, he was attacked everywhere, man. I mean, everywhere he went, he was attacked. Now, you don't have the Hardcore title, but you still have the United States and you still have the Intercontinental. And I think it's finally kind of starting to work its way back up into prestigiousness. The United States title with John Cena. The Intercontinental title with Ryback. And I think they're starting to work its way back up. But again, I just, oh my gosh. WWE really needs to fix the things that they're doing right now. Because what they're doing right now is not good enough for me. Now I know in the last video I said, oh, the WWE is doing great, and they are, but they just need to fix some stuff in order for it to be better again. And I mean, just the Attitude Era had it all, man. And speaking of having it all, faces and heels. Let me start with the faces. You had faces in the Attitude Era. You had faces like Austin and The Rock and Chris Jericho, guys who would get pops on a daily basis. All right, nothing but pops. You can barely hear boos. They got nothing but pops on a daily basis. Now, your faces get booed. Roman Reigns get booed. John Cena gets booed. I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's just stupid because the faces. I think the difference between the faces in the Attitude Era and the faces in the PGR, hell, the faces in the Ruthless Aggression Era. I think the difference is that the faces in those two eras, the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, those faces was actually entertaining. They actually made us laugh. Those faces was actually pretty good at being. I mean, they wasn't. You get what I'm saying, right? The faces were pretty much entertaining back in the day. Now, they shove the faces down our throats. The opportunity they get, they shove the faces down our throat, and they make us try to like them. Well, back in the day, the faces grew on us. They grew on us. Austin grew on us. The Rock grew on us. Like, Chris Jericho grew on us. You know what I'm saying? Those faces grew on us to the point where we started to like them. Now, the faces, they shove them down our throats. They shove them down our throats and they force us to try to make us like them. And that's the problem now. If they don't force the faces, I mean, Roman Reigns was great before he got hurt. He was doing great, just great, man. I mean, he was doing great with the and all that stuff. By the way, if Roman Reigns had never gotten hurt, I don't think the fans would be booing him right now. Just my honest opinion. When I look at in the faces, I mean John Cena. Now, I love Bruce Blitz, by the way, and I love Tyrone Magnus and all of them, and they hate John Cena. I, for one, don't hate John Cena. Okay, I hate the character, but I don't hate the man. John Cena needs to change what he's doing because I don't see how he can continuously do the things he does as this character and continuously be forced down our throats every single night. But that's a different story for a different video. And the heels. The heels these days gets cheered. Alright? Opposed to the heels back in the day. When you look at the heels back in the day, they did it great, just great. You look at Vince McMahon, I don't know who was a bigger hero, Vince McMahon or Triple H, because every time they came out, asshole, 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 asshole. I mean, they just got booed out of the building. Hell, Shane McMahon got booed out of the building. He got the same reception his daddy got, all right? He got booed out of the building. I mean, the McMahon-Helmsley faction, they hated them, all right? We hated them. We despised them. We hated Stephanie. We hated Vince. We damn sure hated Triple H. I mean, we hated everybody from that faction, as opposed to today, who heels get cheered. The closest thing we have to being a great heel is probably Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. And I still hear cheers for Kevin Owens, and I still hear cheers for Seth Rollins. I mean, people hate faces and love the heels. As back in the day, they built the heels up so good to where you just wanted to jump through the TV and wring their necks. And if you were at the arena, you wanted to jump over the barricade and kick the heel's ass. You wanted to kick Triple H's ass because you hated him so damn much. I mean, Triple H was just great at being a heel. So was Vince McMahon. And you just loved it when they got their ass kicked. Ooh. And you just loved it. My bad. My phone dropped again. You just loved it when they got their ass kicked by Austin and The Rock and all them. You just and The Undertaker. You just loved it when they got their ass kicked. It was entertaining and you laughed. I could go on and on about how the Attitude Era is better than the PG era. But bottom line is, everything about the Attitude Era, they built up stars correctly. PG era can't really build up stars that much. They did everything correctly. The Attitude Era is probably the greatest era in professional wrestling history, and that's just the bottom line. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be doing a Raw review later tonight. I just hope Raw is good tonight. I think it's the final Raw before Battleground. So I'll be doing a Raw review after Raw. And peace out, guys. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, George Sanders, and peace out. Peace out, guys.